G'day cheeky dogs, today we're going to be talking about Grandpa Bob and his triumphant return to Bluey in the new Bluey episode, The Sign. Now I'm going to be talking about all the clues that the Bluey animators left all throughout season 3 to let us know where he has been this entire time, as well as also the change in his voice actor as well.
Right, so you want me to say your name so you can talk again? Well, you're dreaming, mate.
Now, of course, in this episode, The Sign, we find out that Bob has been in India this entire time.
What were you doing in India for so long, Bobba?
Well, girls.
He was off trying to find himself.
And we have 6 episodes in general that gave us the clues towards this, but also the episode Bedroom at the very start of season 3 when Bingo says this line.
Good night, Grandpa Bob, wherever you are.
And then, of course, in the wedding scene, it's Bingo being the one who asks him where he has been. So I thought that was just like a nice little connection there. Now, Housework was actually the very first time that we got a hint as to where Grandpa Bob was. And it was in this episode that we see a postcard of a temple, and it looks a lot like the Akshardham temple in Delhi. And this postcard was also in the exact same location in the episode Whale Watching, as well as in the episode Musical Statues.
What do you want?
Put on this tutu and do a little dance for us, please.
What? No way.
It did have a change locations in the episode Tina, where it was actually up on the calendar next to another postcard that was the elephant postcard. Again, another little hint at India. Now, it was in the episodes Driving and Ghost Basket that we got some more clues that were on the actual fridge.
Let's play driving.
For real life?
For real life.
Hooray! Here comes the granny!
Okay.
And one of these, of course, was the postcard of the Taj Mahal that we saw in it, and then also an elephant magnet that matches up with the souvenirs from India. And then the final episode is the episode Stickbird.
Who taught you kids how to throw?
No one.
You want to handle this?
Where Chili can be seen reading a book that is quite obviously Eat, Pray, Love. The pray part, though, of course, had to be a little poor print because of the religious restrictions of the ABC Australia. But, of course, the book Eat, Pray, Love is all about finding yourself, and a big portion of it happens in India. So I do wonder if perhaps, Grandpa Bob had recommended this book to Chili because, of course, in the previous episode, Relax, she was very unhappy, and so maybe he recommended this to her to help her find her happiness and find herself.
Okay, time to relax.
Off.
But then it also brings the question of how long was Grandpa Bob in India? Because we don't really have a proper timeline in Bluey. We know it has progressed forward because of Socks aging up and all the girls having birthdays, but he wasn't there at Christmas. So he could have been gone for a couple of months or he could have been gone for a year. We're not really sure.
Editing Margie here. Actually, turns out we do know for a while how long he was there, and it was at least over 2 Christmases because Joe Brahman just gave an amazing interview on the Gotta Be Done podcast, and he said this about Grandpa Bob.
His fate was sealed by a lot of fans over the last few years, and he's been killed and lost at sea and all sorts. So he fell out for different reasons. I think because Mort sort of took his role. But that was, to me, because when I went to India, I used to meet a lot of dudes his age who are off. Their kids had left home and they were married and all that, but they just went off to India to go on a bit of a search. So I thought, you know what, that's a good reason to miss multiple Christmases, and a lot of fisherman pants involved.
Which then brings us into the voice actor, and the original voice actor for Grandpa Bob was Ian McFadden, and we heard him all the way back in season 1 in the episode Grannies, which is also when we first heard his name was Bob, but his nickname was Bobba.
Bob, can you work this thing out?
That's not it.
Oh, this is hard.
You gotta give it some of these.
No, Bob, that's not it.
But that was not his voice in this episode, The Sign. Instead, he was voiced by Sam Simmons, who was actually the voice of younger Grandpa Bob in the episode Fairy Tale.
Hi, I've got it. I'm doing it. What?
Oh, Bob.
You know what I call this? I call it a good start. How do I jinx it so none of you can talk?
Find yourself? That's silly. Why do you need to find yourself? Yeah, you're right here.
What? Ah!
So I do wonder why Ian didn't come back for it. There hasn't been any official statement or anything like that. So perhaps he just wasn't able to, or something happened. But cheeky dogs, let me know in that comment section down below. What did you think of this revelation that Bob was in India? I know a lot of us thought that maybe he had passed away, or that he was going to be in an old person's home with dementia. But I do think this was I know, like, again, a funny little gag at us as audiences to explain where he's been this whole time. But of course, while you're down there below, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and bell for notifications so you know whenever I release any other Bluey videos. But until then, I've picked you cheeky dogs out a few other videos that maybe you would like to watch, and I will see you all in another video. Mwah! Bye!